here. So, Garth can facilitate that as they raise their hand. That's what we like to do for the readings.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so yeah, so I'm going to be taking care of all of that. So then you can be in the flow and just channel and
Perfect. Carissa,
respond.
one more thing that's going to be really helpful, especially for the people who have viewed my offerings here on Humanity
Uh-huh.
Stream Plus, is that if you in the beginning, like as you're introducing me, let them know I'm planning on doing an actual vibration, signature vibrational upgrade clearing and activation for the group. So like to keep them on, and let them know it'll happen closer towards the end.
Okay. I'm going to write that down again. Let me just try this, and you might need to hold my hand again. Okay. We are going to be doing, no, it's you. Dr. Allison is going to be
Running.
facilitating. Dr.
Dr.
Allison,
Ellison will be running a signature
uh, okay.
vibrational upgrade clearing and activation.
What? Oh my God, thank you for being here. We're so lucky.
Well, thanks for saying that. It's
Are you kidding me?
for the group
Yeah. God, I just feel so blessed to be
by
with
the
you.
more towards the end, so stay tuned, kind of a thing.
Oh my God, you're good. You got like marketing too.
Imagine
Dang.
that. Dude, I've had this
Lord.
business going on for a while, and it's endured and gotten better. So
Yeah.
I have to have some qualities that are helpful as a business owner for
Yeah.
sure.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, now I got you word for word. So we're anyway. Um anyone, but it's plus anyone listening to the replay because it's going to be, you know,
It works. It works whether it's
Facebook
live or on the replay.
and YouTube.
Yeah, so what's helpful when you post on Facebook is you let people know there is an actual vibrational upgrade clearing and activation in there, as well as readings if you guys can post that way. If you can't, no worries. But people
Yeah,
always,
I can send a new description. So it'll be after the fact, but that's too late now, but you know.
well, you did say interactive in the,
Oh yeah. And
yeah,
readings and
yeah.
readings. So that's implies, but this is a bonus. Oh my gosh, it's time. So I'll
Okay,
start us off.
here
Thank
come
you,
the
Garth.
masses. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hawkeye's intuitive readings and activations to optimize you for the year of the fire horse with Dr. Alison Kay. Welcome, Dr. Allison. All right. Well, I'm Carissa Sims, live event host for Humanities Team, and I'm coming to you live from Lafayette, Colorado. Thank you everyone for joining us for our interactive Q&A program where we have the opportunity to connect with our Stream Plus providers directly. Let me share more about our guests today. Dr. Alison Kay is an internationally recognized expert in holistic healing and energy medicine with over 2 decades of experience. Her unique approach integrates ancient wisdom from Asia with cutting edge Western techniques. She is a #1 international best-selling author, a master mind body energy medicine practitioner, and a doctor of philosophy in holistic life coaching. Her expertise encompasses various modalities, including chakra balancing, meditation, yoga, qigong, and vibrational medicine, allowing her to address clients' needs on multiple levels mind, body, and spirit. This comprehensive approach enables her to create personalized healing plans that promote lasting well being. And let me just tell you, Dr. Allison will be running a signature vibrational upgrade, clearing, and activation for the group more towards the end. So stay tuned. She's going to be tuning in to the questions that you ask. And when she is called, she will do this upgrade, clearing, and activation. I'm so excited. Welcome, Dr. Allison.
I'm excited too. It's such perfect timing for me to be
Yes.
here.
And we have some comments in the chat calling in from West Palm Beach, Florida. Good morning, everyone from Arizona. Much love and thanks. That's wonderful. So, Dr. Allison, why is it so auspicious that you're here with us today?
So I'm sure that most of you have noticed a little bit of a change in the air. I've been running all week long. So I lived in Taiwan for a decade as a teacher and administrator at an international school. And you guys are excited. I'm excited too to be here with you all. So I've been running this Chinese New Year Fire Horse activating portal all week, really ushering in the sacred way where I learned certain rituals that bless your new year with good fortune and success. And the year of the Fire Horse is meant to have a lot of momentum, a lot of passion. Okay, so let's come to Western astrology. Tomorrow is considered the Great Reset. Edgar Cayce in the 1930s predicted this time, and he called it the Great Disillusionment. So it's gonna. I know that my most advanced clients in my mastermind program last week on our one of our program calls were talking about how they felt like all of their typical grounding techniques weren't working, and a sense of their sense of groundedness, embodiment, reality they could perceive was shifting. And I perceived too, is particularly last week, very much up in the ethers. There's been a lot of high energy. So tomorrow there's a Saturn and Neptune meeting at 0 degrees Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So the Western zodiac's actually having its new year now. And Aries at 0 degrees, Saturn and Neptune, some astrologers, because I'm not, professional astrologers have traced back to find when this has happened again before in history. One astrologer found something close to this in 6,000 years ago, 4,000 something BC. Another one saw it 9,000 years ago in the Neolithic Revolution. So we are meant to be absolutely recognizing and operating from the creation, the co-creation of our new reality. It's an incredible time. And I have to say, I was thinking about this when I was in the shower earlier about being with you all today and what I have as my offerings on Humanity Stream Plus. And all three of the curriculums that I have there, they're not curriculums, but all three of the series of videos with me, not only do they end in a signature clearing and activation, but they're perfect for the skills that are needed in this time. And many of us, as you can hear what I've already said, may already feel like we have all these tools, we've been on this path forever. Please allow yourself to have a beginner's mind, as we say in Zen meditation. Please allow yourself to let your typical rituals and practices evolve, change. You may even go back to ones you had a few years ago, 10 years ago. Please allow yourself to experience the offerings I have on Humanity Stream Plus, because it's really going to help with the rewiring and positioning that will be the most beneficial for you to make the most out of these times. I don't mean to be presenting them as intense only because they are extremely auspicious. And there is so much opportunity here for us as we co-create our new era. And when I say co-create, I don't mean the collaborations that are happening like with me and you all. I mean co-create in the yogic term. Yoga means to yoke with, to yoke with the divine. So I'm pointing above my crown chakra. As we go higher and higher in the 12 chakra system, we get closer and closer to the divine. Our higher self sits closest to our crown, and we get closer and closer to the divine. So being bridges on of heaven onto earth is really coming into fruition. There's so much more I could say, but this is a really key time. So I'm talking about February 20th, tomorrow, when this, for those of you who are watching this live, is this great reset, or as Edgar Cayce predicted in the 1930s, a great disillusionment. So some of what Carissa just, you could share what you were experiencing, like this sense of what is real, in enhanced dream time too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to share really quick. And
Thanks.
I wanted to, I just wanted to shout out to the people that are just loving what you're saying and the hearts. And Rosa says, "Hi, beautiful souls. Good evening from Iran. We have a global community, so we're so grateful for all of you." Yeah, so I was sharing before we started that I had a dream last night. I've been having very vivid dreams where I wake up and I'm like, where am I? Who am I? Was that real? Is this real? Like ungrounded sense of what is reality. And
Yep.
I was in a house. I live in a house now, but it was like a really big house, like 5,000, 10,000 square foot. And I saw in my mind's eye outside my door, it had the same like clear, I have a clear screen that's like glass before I have the door in the entrance of my home. And it looked like a horse, but it was more ancient. It felt very, I don't know, old or like a different breed or something that I couldn't quite figure out. And it was like the wind and the horse were trying to get my attention. It was like kind
Wind
of knocking.
horse.
Okay. Wind
Wind
horse.
horse.
Okay. So anyway, that was my dream. And go ahead. I'm fine with however you want to interpret it.
Well, I don't want to do that in public. I just want
Oh,
to point
okay. That's fine.
out, unless you want me to.
No, no, no. I want to be here for everyone that else that's here. I want to give readings for others. Yes.
Okay, so this is the year of the fire horse, but I just, in the Chinese New Year's fire horse activating portal 5-day event I'm running right now, I just read a prayer about Lung Ta, which is from Tibetan Buddhism, and it's a term for wind horse. This is more from the Shambhala teachings, which I'm a member of the organization globally. Lung Ta, wind horse, you can think of it as like the wind beneath your feet, getting your back. And now, as one of the aspects of the fire horse year, where the fire is like sparks of creativity, determination, passion, like what you consider fire means. But I started out my investigations of this upcoming Chinese New Year of the fire horse with Lung Ta, wind horse, very much in my consciousness, and to the point that at one point is this a wind horse here or a fire horse here, which is unlike me. So yeah, I like the grandness of the house too. By the way, one of the things this is really cutting edge. Depending on the amount of clearing and purification of your consciousness and the channel that you could be experiencing something along the lines of what I have been, which is I can hear my team. I call it team of unconditional love and support, along with my Hawkeyes since birth, this intuition that yields the nickname Hawkeyes. I can hear them I can hear the intuitive guidance asking me, what do you want? What do you actually want to create? Rather than like the abstract, this would be nice, I want this, like literally material and emotional specifics. And I don't know if anyone else is experiencing that. I mean, my signature program is called Magic Manifestation and Money Flow. And one of the core aspects of my work is to get to the point where you're out of habitual choices. And so I'm pointing the back of my head. I've come to call it the back of the head consciousness, in the subconscious and unconscious. Stats are 85% of our daily choices are made from there. After all of the decades of working with tens of thousands of people, think it's more like 95%. So the choices you're making that create your daily life and your overall life, the majority of them, you don't even hear the thoughts and the beliefs and the conclusions behind. It's only 5 to 15% from the thoughts, the self-talk you do hear, that is contributing to what's creating your daily life. It's all that stuff in the back of the house that I come in and clear that then ends up corresponding. Now, this is a combination of all my background, the yoga teacher, the qigong specialist, the energy medicine professional, and the meditation teacher for decades. That was the first thing I started with, was meditation. So bring it in the psychology background that I started with as a major in college. So the correlation of your consciousness and beliefs that are at the unconscious and subconscious level go and relate to each of the 7 traditional chakras. So your field is either emanating out openness, and for example, one of the aspects coming up in this year is, while it can seem really intense, it's meant to get easier for us. So one of the ways it can get easier for us is if you have the necessary clearings and activations done, so that, for example, the heart chakra, you know how there's the lotus petals around the symbols in Sanskrit for each chakra? Those are aspects, each of those lotus petals of each chakra. So one of the aspects of the heart chakra is receptivity. One of the aspects is giving. One of the aspects is magnetism. One of the aspects is frustration, that obviously closes it down. Resentment also closes it down. Grief also closes it down. So the more that I do these back of the house clearings, that you're going to get vibrational upgrade, clearing, and activation before we complete today, helps not only your back of the house consciousness get flushed to your frontal lobe, your prefrontal cortex. So now you have access to more consciousness or light to make more conscious choices. But your subtle energy system, which is a science, your field is now helping you by its emanation vibrationally speak to the universe. So you can hear the focus that my work has resulted in on co-creation, on how we're creating our lives in this time we're in right now. So the basics, and then what to really root in that helps get you to that point, are the 3 offerings I have on Humanity's Stream Plus. That's why they're not just basic, but they're foundational for these times. You will have more grace and ease available to you. And I'm so excited for what's coming. I have been talking about humanity's greatest evolutionary leap since 2011. I had a radio show for 2.5 years, weekly interviewing experts on what did this time mean. I'm not going to go into that story. I think many of you have already heard it, but we have rounded the bend into the new era, which is meant to be a golden era. And it's also, for those of you who are really into Atlantis and some of the more mystical stuff, it's meant to be better than what Atlantis was, that supposedly utopian existence that Plato came out of the Mediterranean into Egypt, talking about this island nation that just fell, this great island nation that just fell. So, yeah, so the more that we can gear up, the more that we can clear out the old, the more easily the co-creation of the new era of the new golden era will happen. And we're still seeing the fallout from all the crumbling and purging of the old paradigm. And so that's in great part, the old reality has crumbled, and we haven't yet replaced it with the new infrastructure. We are seeing versions of it globally, but it's not there yet, because it's still, I'm going to use the word, and I don't normally talk like this, infected with the energetics of the old paradigm. So for example, abuse of power from the top down is something that's been purging since 2011, whereas the masses rise up, where you have more self-authority with your higher self and the divine. If you're in alignment, especially, that's why you're seeing my finger go that way. So I think that that's enough. I don't want to overwhelm. It's just a really great time to be in a body on planet Earth. Believe it or
Oh,
not.
thank you so much for sharing. I did want to share one thing. When you were talking about clearings and activations in Colorado, it was 11:44. So I felt like that was double confirmation of, that we're
Thank
supposed to
you.
be here and in alignment. So um, w- now I'm a little bit flustered, but I want to say we are here for you, the audience. So if we can start doing the readings, and if anyone who would like a reading, please raise your hand and we'll bring you up on stage with Dr. Allison. If you don't know how to do that, you go to the React little heart on the bottom, click on that, and then click on raise hand, and then we'll bring you up on stage. And then another thing I wanted to say is I have gone through Dr. Allison's courses on Stream Plus, and she's not kidding when she's saying they are transformative and they will really, really help you stay grounded during this time. So, not only with this activation, if you're not a member of Stream Plus, please join and take these incredible courses. And if you are a member, please prioritize this. And I don't normally say that, so interesting, huh? You're getting priority. All right, so good. We've got some hands raised. I'm going to ask Starlight Jewel to please come on to the stage.
Can I just for one moment ask you
Yes.
guys, okay, so the way that is going to be the most effective for you to all receive the most is if you, and please bear with me, you don't tell me a story. Like you don't go into what's bothering you and how long it's been happening. Uh, because I can, with the Hawkeyes, within like a sentence or two, tune in. I'll be anchored into your energy and be able to read it. So coming on clear with what you want to ask for support with would be the most effective use of all of our time.
Thank you, Dr. Allison. And I was also going to say if maybe we could keep the readings to like 3 minutes each so we could get to
Okay.
everybody. Let's try that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Starlight.
Hi there.
Hi,
Lovely
Starlight.
to actually see you in person. Um, I really curiously wondered if I could just plain say, what do I need to know?
Oh boy, the wide opens. Okay. Let's
Because there's
see.
so much. And I know how to do it.
Okay, there's something going on in your sacral. I wonder if you're running constipated at times. Is that something historical in your life?
Actually, it's IBS and it's the exact opposite. I live in the
Running.
bathroom every morning.
You're running.
No matter
Okay.
what I eat, no matter how I take care of myself.
All right. So chakras can also, and it was just my first tune in. So I was focusing on the area, and it's more typical people are constipated than running. So that was my first
Oh,
go
I'm that
to.
1% that'll always be victim.
So check it out. The sacral, every chakra has a right to it, and this one, the sacral chakra is, now we're going at it from a holistic perspective here, and I'm going into the roots. So the sacral chakra has the right to feel what you feel. And so it seems the interpretation, as I tune in intuitively, there has a racing element to your life where you have not ever really felt supported. Something in so I don't want to read necessarily your background. I want to,
You can
what,
say anything. I'm open book and I'm okay with the universe letting it speak through you.
okay. So Starlet, you're a special, I mean, everybody's special, right? But you're what you're doing on planet Earth has some specialness to it and some importance to it. And the family you were born into set you up for, because you're such a wise soul, you knew to move through these rather challenging lessons and to evolve yourself more. That's been your dharma. You've known that, you've done that. The support you did not receive, i.e., the wind at your back as a child, has made you never to not ever feel safe. And so there's been this sense of racing throughout your life. So when you're going, if you're a business owner, or you're an employee, or you're pushing a lot, there's a lot of focus that is good. You're fierce with this is what's going to happen, but it's not done from a place of openness and receptivity and ease. It's done from the mind of the pushing and the forcing and the efforting and the making it happen. And so all of that running is racing down there. So it would be really great for you to start with, I teach this, a free writing. It's not journal writing, but letting yourself get used to writing down, like tuning in and seeing how you feel. You could even write a letter to your childhood self and write what you wish she had. So what I'm getting at is some actions you can do to start the. I'm not ready to do a clearing and activation yet. You're just the first one. Otherwise, I would, because I'm very uncomfortable. You can see me stuttering. I'm very uncomfortable with giving readings and not following them up with a clearing and activation. That's how I work. I don't ever give advice. I train my vibrational upgrade practitioners. They have 12 commandments. My vibrational upgrade practitioners' first commandment is do not ever give advice. Second commandment is do not ever project. So, nonetheless, I'm going to continue with this reading. So, moving forward into these new times, get ready to have yourself restructured from the foundation up, it seems. Also getting, and this could be for all of you, putting pennies or some kind of copper coin that your country has in their currency in your shoes helps ground the electrical aspect of what life force, chi, prana is, electric and magnetic. Like a speaker wire, if you slice open a speaker wire, there's copper wiring in there to ground it. So that's why the suggestion for the copper coin, it's in your feet, because we would need to, one of the things that would help you the most, Starlight, is pulling you down. You have a really big intelligence and spiritual capacity. So the tendency for you to just be up in your head, and that's part of the racing.
Could I ask a question on
Thank
that?
you.
Because, and I'll get
No,
you.
sorry,
Oh, I don't want to take
Starlight.
extra time.
Yeah,
That's
you can
fine.
put it in the chat though. Thank you
Sure,
so
sure.
much. Okay, let's move
I
on.
appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Dr. Allison. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
All right, so thank you for that reading. That was beautiful, Dr. Allison. And Starlight, feel free to put your questions in the chat and we may get to them. So, Dawn, you are next.
Hi, Don.
Thank you. Hi. So I guess I'm hoping that this year of the fire horse will get this particular body up and going. I feel like I've been in a place of maybe just sitting around for. It's not like I don't do stuff, but I don't feel like I'm making progress.
You're not, because you're sabotaging yourself. There's something about coins. You take your worries over to money and you apply them to money as a way to stop yourself. The movement is metaphorical to the spiritual growth that your system is meant to be going through now. You're running your operating system very much from old beliefs. There's work for you to do, Dawn. Sunshine wants to get into your life. The light wants in more. So the density is another term for the unconscious and subconscious blocks. The bodies where those are blocked, as I was talking about in the chakra column, I call it density. So some of that is like, if you were to clear it, you'd have more vitality and more life force, because the light is synonymous with life force. As I write about in my second book from a yoga master, friends with Deepak Chopra. So having more life force run throughout your body is important, and that doesn't mean all of a sudden go start taking qigong classes only. What I am seeing is there's a host of beliefs. It seems like you had some kind of marriage, some kind of interaction with a romantic partnering at some point that was not, is what my head's doing. It was not beneficial for you. It was a vibrational match with these old beliefs, the woundedness that enhanced your woundedness. Is any of this making sense to you?
Up until we got to the relationship part, I haven't been in relationship in decades.
I'm not talking, I'm talking about back. I'm not talking
Okay.
about recent.
Right. Um,
So that's part of the, it's almost like there's been locked in place experiences that were traumas. Um, so your ego mind, we can't feel traumas consciously. They go immediately to the subconscious, but they have what's called ensuing free-floating thoughts that are conclusions that the ego mind then operates from to keep us safe from that trauma happening again. And so you're very much in that operating system of keeping yourself safe. And this is not stuff you hear in your self-talk. You can observe where I go. It's so deep that it's beyond your self-talk. So I go to the hidden blocks. Even if you've been doing work for decades, it gets cleared at a more foundational level. People express to me. And so, Dawn, what I'm saying to you right now is you may observe your behavior and see the effect of what I'm calling out to your awareness now. So there's work for you to do this year to gain a new momentum.
Oh, you're muted. How did that happen?
I don't
Okay.
know. I wasn't pressing anything.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Did you just miss the last sentence?
Just only the last sentence. So just finish that
Yeah,
sentence.
because
Yeah.
I was silent for most of that. So, Dawn, this might sound weird, but part of what will help get you moving is if you can eat more fibrous foods to help get you moving. One of the things you can also do in the morning, so here I am making suggestions because I'm not doing a clearing and activation on this. Click your feet together, like clicking your heels, or like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz.
Right?
And then you
Would it
may
help
want to
to,
take your fingers and tap the crown.
okay. Would it help to take your course? I'm part of Humanity Plus. Would it help
Yes,
to take your
yes.
course in?
It would help to
Okay.
get your butt in, frankly, to work with me so I can get to the clearing. Because I feel like one of the nicknames I also have is a fire hose. I use a fire hose of light. I was at this metaphysical temple. It was one of the first places I did workshops at after I was in Asia, once I returned to the States. And when I looked down the hallway of all the different offices, I could feel the density and the darkness there. I could perceive it intuitively. And so I came up with that metaphor of I feel like I'm carrying a fire hose of light. And that's what I see for your system. Shh.
Okay. Thank
All,
you.
all right, Don. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to Dr. Allison's website and go ahead and put your comments about Dr. Allison's reading, Don, in the chat or any other questions.
John,
Much
there's nothing to worry
gratitude.
about, though.
Okay.
Just
Yay.
take action. There's nothing to worry about.
Thank you. Thank you for that reading, Dr. Allison. All right, Johanna, come on up to the stage.
Ooh, the birds are singing right now outside my window.
They
Can you
love
hear
it.
it?
They love,
Yeah.
the
Harmony's happening
energy.
here.
Yeah. Go ahead, Johanna.
Um, yeah, I'm also feeling stuck and I'm sick and tired of holding myself back, sabotaging, and I really don't know what to do.
Johanna, you don't want to ever say again, one more time, ever again, out of those beautiful lips of that beautiful face of yours, I'm sick and tired.
Okay.
Because as we step into these times, the power to co-create is so much more stronger.
Mm.
And so our words carry energy and they move energy. And the higher vibration we are, the more we move the energy, which is one of the goals of the work that I do. So you have an easier time manifesting. So you don't have, what I'm getting right away is that you lack belief in yourself to be worthy of, wow, my heart, wow. You need a good cry, first off.
I guess you're right. I guess
Um,
not
you've
right
been
now.
you've been holding a lot of tension and stress. And this beautiful being of yours has spent this life absorbing other people's energy without you even realizing it. You've been a sponge. Your boundaries are very porous because of your clairsentience, the ability to feel other people's energy, which happens in the upper belly, the solar plexus chakra. The clairsentience equipment lies there. So, do you have a digestive issue, or do you have extra?
Yes.
And do you have extra weight padding that area too?
Yes.
Okay, those are both resultant of you don't have the spiritual metaphysical boundaries, so your little cute beautiful loving being is looking for physical boundaries. Stop this energy input. So on this planet now, you're still this wide open porous being, and it's not a time to be that way anymore. And it hasn't been. And so you've been taking in all sorts of other people's stuff, making it yours, and you're just sitting there stuck.
Mm.
So much. So we're sponges. And starting like in 20, I don't know, maybe 14, 15-ish, we started to become more telepathic. We're living in a different vibrational backdrop than we were before 2012. That was more Newtonian physics based, where it was physically based, right? So apple falls from tree, I can predict gravity. Newtonian physics, old paradigm. New paradigm, quantum physics background. Quarks, jumps, leaps. It's much more an energetic world we're living in now. That's in great part why I am saying we want you need to have I'm not even saying want, I'm saying you need, I don't normally talk like that, the metaphysical boundaries. We started to become more telepathic, and most likely all of you can see that you can, like, you're thinking about somebody, and then all of a sudden the text or an email or a phone call comes in from that person. That's an example of the increased telepathicness we all have. So we need you, Johanna, what country are you in?
Sweden.
So you've been absorbing a lot of the darkness. You actually have a lot of power. Like you're sacral, like it's almost like what you're doing is you're calling out to the negative energy because you don't like it for humanity, and you're so concerned, look at that nod, you're so concerned about humanity, you're disregarding yourself. So we need to have you have an inversion. There's also inversion. Do you follow what I mean by that?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like a pancake flipping. Other way around,
Mm.
take care of yourself first
Yes.
and get yourself reorganized so that you prioritize. When I say get yourself reorganized, I mean the kind of work I do, like restructuring, getting out the old beliefs, restructuring your subtle energy system so that you naturally will have less porous boundaries. Here I am making suggestions. You can see my awkwardness with it. Let me just listen for any last bit of.
Yeah. Can
Okay,
we
so we're done,
complete?
Chris. So we can be.
Can we
Yeah.
complete? Yeah, can
Yep.
we complete? Thank you, Johanna. And would you mind putting your comments or additional questions in the chat? We're so grateful for you.
Thank
You
you.
guys, sometimes what happens, not sometimes, most of the time what happens, because I've been using my voice as a vehicle, particularly since I came out of back-to-back in-person one-on-ones and remote one-on-ones, and brought all my work online in 2016, my voice has gotten stronger and stronger. Now, my throat chakra is the dominant chakra, but my voice is encoded. I mean, all the sacred sites I've gone to, all the work I've done throughout my life, there's transmissions happening even when I talk. So I'm reminding myself as much as you guys that even though I'm not in a formal clearing and activation, you're still receiving. So your feet might be tingling, you might get goosebumps, you might get spacey or sleepy, you might miss some of my words. There's also, you might be feeling more heat. Yeah, yawning, itchy.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. How do you feel about doing a clearing and activation right now? Does that feel right to you?
It does. I'm glad that you suggested it right there because
Okay.
what Dawn is representing is what so many people are doing. You beautiful people here love humanity, especially the spiritual people like us, right? And I know maybe you don't love all of humanity. It's kind of challenging to do right now, but these hearts of yours that want the best for all of us and that are so caring, like that just emerged with Dawn. There's a couple of different things I could say here, and I won't say them. Just know we're in bigger times, And so we're calling in the bigger guns, and more people are awake, even though you could watch the 3D news and not see that reflected. I have seen waves of, I mean, part of what I do, 2 of my 4 books are about the nature of the times we're in. I've been tracking since 2011. There's been waves of people awakening. 2014 was another big one. 16-ish was another big one. And then COVID came in as like a big hoover for all the clearing that hadn't yet happened. And then there's still more awakening happening, 23-ish. So 2023. What I'm getting at is the job that you may have felt was your job growing up is different now because more people are awake, and each person is meant to hold their own light. Everybody is meant to come out of wherever we have victimization, and everybody is meant to take responsibility for themselves because we are becoming more empowered by the high light, and with power, responsibility. So where you may have grown up thinking, they need my light, let me go and rush in, or maybe not even thinking that, just know that you are more able to take care of yourself without it being a selfish thing. There's a lot of metaphysical, multidimensional support that has been increasing over the years because of the nature of the times we're living in. So call in the big guns for protection. You know, instead of what you may have been doing for your own work to clear people, call in the bigger guns. Don't take it upon yourself. Okay, so let me tune in and see what's going to help the group the most. That was not a clearing and activation. That was a whole bunch of advice. So let me follow it up now. I'm getting worry is what I hear. So you guys are going to want to say yes right at the beginning here. I wonder what the version of you is like where you have evolved beyond worry and reside in confidence in your capacity to co-create what'll delight your heart and make it sing. Anything and everything that doesn't allow for you to find out what that version of you is like, would you be willing to burn up with the flames of transmutation? This is where you'd say yes. You can type in yes, you can say it out loud. You're giving the energy permission. I'm going to be silent for a moment. All of the traumas and their ensuing free-floating thoughts that cause you to stay stuck in worry, whether it's worry over your finances, worry over your love life, worry over your children, worry over your elderly parents, worry over the state of the world, burning up any and all traumas and their ensuing free-floating thoughts that keep you stuck in worry. So you can find out what the version of you is like, who has evolved beyond habitual worry and allows yourself to make choices that will co-create a life that makes your heart sing with delight. All imprints from your parents and lineage causing you to worry, be a worrier, habitual worrier. It keeps you stuck or not. Burning up the imprints from your parents and ancestry, hindering you from finding out what the version of you is like, where you have evolved beyond worrying and into confident co-creation, where you're choosing to co-create a life that makes your heart sing with delight, burning the imprints up from your parents and ancestry, hindering this. Wow. All conditioning from the trance of the masses and collective unconsciousness causing you to worry and burning it all up now. So you can find out what the version of you is like, where you've evolved into a confident co-creator, choosing actively to co-create a life that makes your heart sing with delight. Good. Some of you just shifted quite nicely. All karma as appropriate, causing you to worry. Burning that up, please. Across all timelines, lifetimes, and dimensions, all contracts, oaths, vows, swearings you've ever taken or made, keeping you tethered to the old timeline, where you worry and it stops you from making choices that'll make your heart sing. Burning up everything keeping you tethered to that old timeline and bringing you onto your new and the new timeline now, where you are confidently making choices to co-create your life, a life that'll make your heart sing with delight on your new timeline now. You don't have to believe it for this to work, and if you're hearing doubt, I'm calling it up, so it's all good. Across all levels of your consciousness, the thoughts you hear, and more so the thoughts you don't, all of the beliefs, the definitions, the conclusions, the labels, the judgments, the evaluations, assessments, the storylines, the habitual thought patterns, any hidden or secret agendas, the expectations and projections, all of it, whether I have named it or not, that is causing you to worry. We're burning it all up now with the flames of transmutation so that you can evolve beyond worrying that stops you and into a confident co-creator, making choices actively that will help you create a life that makes your heart sing with delight. Now with the flames of transmutation. You guys might want to be seated with your palms face up. Good. Beautiful. A lot of heart chakra clearing in the back. A lot of blockage clearing. Okay, let's activate the upgrade now. We could stay there for a lot longer. Activating the upgrade now. So any and all latent keys and codes within you and around you. Codes for confidence. Codes for confident choice making. Codes for trust. inherent talents and ancient wisdom within you, and any and all blessings and support possible to bring this all into alignment for your highest potential and your highest possibilities to become physically realized. Activating the upgrade now. Okay.
Thank you for that, Dr. Allison. And can you stay longer? Because we're supposed to end at 12:15, but I would love to honor these people that would like a reading, and it's up to you, Dr. Allison.
I think I can give about till the 30, half
Okay,
past.
that sounds wonderful. So go ahead and put in the chat what you thought of that activation and clearing. We're getting a lot of hearts exploding. And as,
Excuse me, Carissa,
oh,
if I
yes,
can just
sure.
step in here, please. I don't
Yeah.
want to know, honestly, and please
Oh,
bear with me. I don't want to know what you thought of it. I don't want your
okay.
opinion. I want you to observe your body, and I want you to tell me what you observed happening. And it's totally fine if you observed nothing, because what I'm doing works on your subtle energy, so it's subtle. But many of you are able to perceive it. You might have perceived tingles, yawning, coughing, burping, tummy grumbling, heat, sudden pain in an area, um, the goosebumps. So any of those kinds of reactions, I'd love to hear.
Oh, thank you so much for clarifying, Dr.
Thanks for
Allison.
letting me, Carissa. Sorry.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. It's all good. It's divine. It's divinely guided. So, Ryan, so grateful for you and being a member. Come on up.
Hi,
Um,
Ryan.
Hi. Um, I I've been on kind of a path for the last year, and I just with the fire horse now, with the planets moving into Aries, I feel like it's a fortuitous time for me.
It
But
is.
hmm, I also have some. It's like a tension of knowingness that has been driving me. Um,
Did you
yeah,
say intention, attention, tension?
a tension of knowingness. I feel like there's something I know deep down, and uh,
You want me to take over?
yeah, sure.
All right. So, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. And it's your guidance, like kind of like a flower, my hand just did, kind of like a flower opening. Um, you are, and we all are. These times are meant to do that. And your soul is opening to that knowing that you came in at this time to be in a body on planet Earth. So it's a good indication of how tuned in you are with yourself. Um, why am I seeing Oreo cookies?
They, my husband is a black man. I'm a white man. We have a biracial marriage. We've joked
Okay.
about being Oreos before.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
So that was just to help you trust the connection, apparently, when that kind of stuff comes through. Um, you're on track. You're right on track. So where this is one of my favorite areas to go to. So where you can take yourself with the opening is learn how, it's kind of going back to what I was saying about myself, meaning, what do you want? Get specific about what you want. Getting more, it's interesting because I asked you to clarify attention. I'm hearing over and over again, so I'm going to finally say it. Getting more intentional with the creation of your life. So this opening, this awareness that you have to these times right now that they're very fortuitous for you. One of the ways to take advantage of that and make the most of it is to grow your capacities to co-create. So go look at my stuff if you're on Humanities Stream Plus. Not just look at it, but take it in. There's clearings and activations, by the way, at the end of every series of videos on all three of the offerings, so that you can have your consciousness be more attuned to the possibilities. You're in an opening, I keep doing that opening thing, and there's so much more possible. And I think that I sense you're starting to sense that. Hey, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way to work with that, one of the greatest questions you can ask is, what else is possible here? As you are, I would also ask to work with your guidance more. I would invite your higher self in. I would invite your team of unconditional love and support in even more actively to help guide you with your life, within your daily life. Every day you can start the day like that. But I want to just bring it back to you becoming much more intentional about the life you're creating, because there's a lot of potential that can come forth for you. It might be in part related to one of your astrology signs, whether it's your Chinese or your Western zodiac. There's a special alignment, the extra boost your astrological alignment is giving you too. So doing your best to take the most advantage of this year. And the bottom line is, get more intentional with what you're creating and ask. Go big. This is one of my favorite areas to work. Go bigger with your asks. So I do a lot of work at my higher level programs with, okay, so this is what your ego mind sees as possible, but let's clear out more of the back of the house consciousness to flush your frontal lobe, so that, like years of meditation does, takes the peripheral and opens it more, so you can perceive even more and more increasingly of what else is possible, because what we're each seeing has its limits of what else is possible. So really reaching into the ethers in this way, working with your higher self and intuitive guidance to be even more intentional with what you bring into the physical from the metaphysical.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm writing a book, so that's part of I think expanding my intention
Yes.
this year. Yeah.
Yes, but don't stop there. And I mean, like,
Yeah.
every day, like from a parking spot to like the perfect book marketer once you're done, and everything in between.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. All right. So let's go on to Yellow Robe. Man, thank you. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
hi.
on up. There
Yeah.
you are.
Well, this has been really such a beautiful activation and experience, because my question was about I hesitate. Um, I can feel it and I get the guidance pretty directly, but then there's a part of me that hesitates. And so when you're talking about the co-creating, that kind of ring the bell. So that would just be that would be my question, I suppose. Yes,
Okay, and what is your name, please?
it's Yellow Robe, or Tom works too. You can call him either
I'm
way.
going with Tom.
Easier.
Tom, when you hesitate, is it once you've heard intuitive guidance, or is it is a hesitation before taking an action step? Typically.
Well, until I feel that I can, it's like I want to understand it all. I want to feel it all the way before I actually act.
Stop
And
that. That's old
yeah,
paradigm, Tom. That's
yeah.
absolutely old paradigm. So let me just give you this. You have, it seems like your Western astrological sign is a very deep feeling. You're a deep feeling person. Are you a Cancer by any chance or a Pisces?
Pisces.
Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of alignments coming up to help you. And one of the things about Pisces is they are super feelers and really geared towards the, what do you call it? Spiritual. What do you call it? I'm wanting to get in as much as possible for you and for all of you, so I'm racing. So please bear with me. I will take a moment here to stop that myself. So one of the things I have seen increasingly since 2012 is that it's not the way it was like in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and even the zeros, where we have a 5-point plan to reach a goal, and that's what we follow to get us there. What I have seen more operate, did you just say right?
Yeah, very, very much. I like things all mapped out before I start, and that
Okay,
kind
Tom, that's the old masculine, hey?
Yeah.
That of the old paradigm of our conditioning is that being able to see it all and predict it all ahead of time before you ever take a step. You're going to stay there in these new energies, in this new life, in this new time, if you require that. Because it's coming in like more intuitive guidance, and you're perfectly positioned to do that, Tom, because you are a Pisces. So you get one piece of it. This is really helpful, your question, for everybody. And I go into this in one of my 3 offerings on Stream Plus. The intuitive guidance comes in, divine feminine, taking a step based on that one piece of guidance without knowing the full plan. So learning how to live in more surrender and more trust. So you take that step, and in comes more guidance. So you take the next step. So and that's what's going to yield a better life now and less frustration.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it's also very much the conditioning for the old ego, the ego mind. The nature of our minds itself prefers the concrete sequential and knowing the whole picture, because its job is to protect us in the unknown. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my, do I go into fight or do I go into flight, right? Our adrenals. So the ego mind is interpreting, okay, if I could just know more information before I take a step, so there's a couple of different aspects causing your mind to frame it this way that you can get beyond, and it would benefit you to evolve beyond that. And just make yourself, at the beginning, do it. I mean, I do another clearing and activation right now, but there's no time.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
okay. Thank you, Yellow Robe. Well, we have 30 seconds. Is that enough time for another reading or no?
All right, let me try. Let me see what
All right,
what's
Rosa,
possible.
we're gonna try. We're gonna try. I love it. I love it. Come on, Rosa.
Hey, Rosa.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Somehow you answered about, because I wanted to know how can I know more about my gifts and my talents, to know more details about that.
Your
What
heart.
is it?
So there's a lot of passion, and your heart is a really strong, powerful heart with a lot of love in it. So the more that you can create your life from when you feel passionate about, so don't expect it to be like a big grand like party of passion, but when you feel like really excited, or not even really, but just excited or passionate, or your drive gets up, make that choice. So that's going to help thread in more of your gifts and talents to emerge physically, rather than me sitting here listing your specific gifts. Because of the nature of your heart being a gift, you're going to be able to hear more from your heart. Your intuition is going to show up more in your heart as the sense of excitement or passion, and follow it when you get that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Welcome.
We did it. You did it. Good job. You did a reading in 30 seconds. So I'm proud of you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Allison, for this incredible day today. It's been amazing. Thank you for the Stream Plus members joining us. Thank you all on the Facebook and YouTube channel. So we just appreciate you and look forward to connecting in the future on Stream Plus or social media. And thank you all. And may you expand in joy for the year of the Fire Horse. Blessings.
Thank you, Carissa.